Starting. Hello once again, audience. Welcome to today's stream. Before we get started, I'm just gonna kind of lay a couple things out. Last week, well, actually, hold on. I should bring up the audience since I'm addressing you guys. Where you guys at? One second. There you guys are. There's my lovely audience. All one of you. Anyways, talking to you guys one-on-one here. Let's have a little intimate discussion here. I feel like last week's stream was very unprepared, kind of embarrassing. I tried to do an opening segment, it didn't really go where I wanted it to. I didn't do too much research on the Lost Bastille, and I actually missed quite a few things within those areas. So because of that, I took a lot more time this week to put things together, and I guess to just address a couple things. For me personally, I'm not an expert in this game, and I feel like I've been trying to explain it as if I am. I have a decent understanding of the Souls games, but by no means am I all-knowing, especially in a lot of these areas as we get into stages of the game that are past Forest of the Fallen Giants, because I've played that a million times, because then I usually quit because I get bored. But, you know, playing through it, I've played through Dark Souls 2, at least Scholar, I've done that twice. Vanilla, this is actually my first time getting through, so that's why there's always a lot of confusion where I'm like, wait, where's this item? When they have different items, different enemy placements. So because of that, I want to treat this less as a well-informed playthrough and more as like a research experiment. Kind of trying to humble myself here. On top of that, this is probably going to be a slightly shorter stream. I know Parker the Rat, he's going to be streaming, I think, within an hour from now, and I do want to make sure I catch it, so I'm going to try to get it done as much as I can here. Get in probably 2 hours, and around 4 p.m. PST is probably the time it's going to end, because I want to make sure at least by the first hour I jump in, say hi to him, check out what he's doing, stuff like that. With that being said, on Wednesday, I will be doing a stream. Most likely what it's going to be is a Company of Champions playthrough where I'll try to experiment. This will be in DS2 vanilla still, but I was thinking maybe a Hex Magic Miracle, like do that type of, like the Faith Intelligence type build. I usually never do those. I've never done it in Dark Souls 2, but I feel like I'm able to judge kind of like its and trying to compare like its strengths and weaknesses to the other games. It's only fair that I try to explore the hexes, since that's a newer, or at least that's something they included that was not previously in Dark Souls 1. And I've heard pretty decent things about it, so I feel like that may be an interesting build, interesting playthrough. It'll also help me analyze the enemy placements that are in Company of Champions and see how they are different to the regular game, and then seeing if the Company of Champions in vanilla is the same or different between the Company of Champions and Scholar, because I have no idea. It's one of those things where, like I've mentioned in the past, how Scholar and vanilla have different enemy placements and item placements, and it makes the games different experiences. And then you have Company of Champions, which is like a hard mode in the game that also changes enemy placements. And it's like, is there like 4 different versions of the game, or 3 or 2? I don't know. So that's something I do want to figure out. I might do that on Wednesday. I don't know what time I'll be streaming, so I'll probably do a community post when I figure that out. It may be a different game. It's just going to be a chill stream. So then starting off now, I actually do have an opening segment that I did prepare. First, I'm going to flash something real quick here. Part of the research I've been doing in Dark Souls 2 is I've been putting together the credits of the people that worked on the game, and then kind of looking at their resume, comparing it to all the other Souls games that they've worked on. I've been making a spreadsheet, and it's been a long process. Currently, that's not the right one. Currently, this is where I'm at. The email that I'm doing it on is JC. Oh fuck, there's my other emails. Oh well, jcaesar922 at gmail.com, or John Dark Souls is the name. There you go, jcaesar922. I made this email specifically for researching purposes. So if you ever have any Dark Souls 2 related news, content, things like that, please send it to my email. That's where I'm going to be like trying to cover this stuff, putting things together. And yeah, this is just all the way up to currently we are at the technical department in Dark Souls 2. I have spreadsheeted the directors, the game programmers, the network programmers, AI programmers, and something that I did notice that was odd, because, you know, I've been going into like the enemy AI, is that at least compared to the other Souls games, most of the AI programmers never came back to work on any of the Souls games and never had prior experience, except for, I believe, one guy who still didn't do any other AI. He was a game programmer in Dark Souls 3, and then Elden Ring he was also a game programmer. So there's definitely a lot to learn here, but I want to finish this out and kind of like color code it, make sure it's a lot easier to understand. But this is what I'm currently working on for the credit sequences. So there is that. We're going to go back here to you, audience. So my opening segment, which I wanted to bring up, was that at least news for Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin is that there's a new lighting engine mod. I guess it's been worked on in the past, but it's gotten a bit of an overhaul, enough that Digital Foundry, a guy with 1.4 million subscribers, has covered it. He's got 167,000 views. And for those who maybe don't like the look of Dark Souls 2, or don't like the maybe the shading of it, this is a huge game changer for many people. So we're gonna go back. This is the video here. All the videos and footage I'm using are actually linked right now, so if you want to check it out, go there to do so. And we're gonna not watch the whole video again. This is gonna be a shorter stream, and I do want to get to the game, so we're gonna just kind of go to, I'm gonna kind of mute it. In fact, let's just play some old school RuneScape music while we get into this. I would rather have him explain kind of how it works. But getting into it, it's on Nexus Mods. There's also a Discord for the lighting engine. And there it is right there that he's showing it. I'll also link it in a minute here. But essentially what it is doing is it's kind of fixing a lot of the lighting. It's adding more bloom to a lot of the sun and the torches. So kind of giving it that look that we saw kind of back in the, I think the kind of like pre-release trailers. Here's some comparisons. It's also extremely customizable, so if you want to do your own presets, which we'll get into, that is an option. Now this isn't available for DS2 Vanilla, the game we're currently playing, unfortunately. Let's go to 432 here and zoom in on this. It's kind of just showcasing, seeing genuine shading. You've got the tree shading here. But yeah, it's not for vanilla. This is only for Scholar of the First Sin. Why is my music so loud? Oh my gosh. Set this up and it's still so scuffed. But yeah, this is more so, just make sure this is working. But yeah, you can see what it's doing here, and it's still not perfect. It's still a work in progress, but it's made a lot of, it has made a lot of progress since its past and renditions of it. So, and let's see what else I was going to show. The Heights Tower comparison, which is, there's one specifically around here that he does. Now, there is something to note. It seems like there's like, you know, buildings here that are being included, so they're adding more detail. But there is a content creator by the name of FromSoftServe who pointed out that from his perspective that with this mod, there are artistic changes that are made. And so, again, one of the great things about this is even if you don't like everything that the default preset is doing in the lighting engine mod, there are customizable ways you can kind of tune the preset to make the game look exactly the way you personally want to. Bringing that in right here, there's a classic preset that FromSoftServe made, also on Nexus Mods. You can just download it directly, and he kind of shows comparisons of this is how it's looking in the regular, and here's classic. And what he kind of does, he has his own video where he explains that it doesn't use all of the coloring of the original game, and if you disable the override, you can bring back the original color palette, so kind of like the original artist's intention. Some people may like it, some people may not. This is a big one, like an extra that's kind of like drag and then by bringing that back in, you get all this detail, all this coloring. This so far has been my favorite kind of custom preset from the lighting engine. And so if you'd like that, that is again linked in the description as well. This is the one that Talon is currently using. I couldn't get a hold of Talon today, so I'm not sure if he will join us, but he's been using this in Scholar, this specific preset, and it's not like you're like that the classic preset is bad. It's really good, and the fact that you get to customize it is great. Like I said, all of these, the lighting from Scholar of the First Sin, they have their own comparisons of how it looks like regularly without the mod, and then with the mod it does add a lot of life to the game. It makes the game feel a lot better graphically, so that's great. There's kind of, I guess, new news in the Dark Souls 2 sphere, so I felt like I wanted to cover it, show it, share it, make sure anybody that hasn't seen it or who wants to come back into the game but just isn't a fan of how it looks, there you go. Now you have something that you can look at. Beautiful. That's not what I want, so all right, there we go. Adventure. Okay, so moving out of that opening segment there, just wanted to share some modern news with DS2. I wanted to correct some errors that I've made in the past streams that I've talked about. Like I said, I'm no expert on these games, and sometimes when I speak, it's mostly just by what I remember or things that I've heard. So here's one thing that I will be bringing up, and let me just make sure I pull everything up so it's all together and it looks nice. There we go. Okay, and then back to the display here. We're going to be talking about ADP and more specifically agility. Now, when I discussed ADP originally, which is adaptability, I said that that was the reason why your iframes are different. It levels your iframes and your consumption of Estus, and technically that's wrong. Adaptability is not the attribute which changes your iframes. It is agility. ADP is the primary stat that levels agility. However, attunement, which is usually for spell slot allocation, also increases agility a third of the amount ADP does per level. So it's really your agility that's going to affect your iframes, your consumption speed. That stat itself isn't really well explained in the game. That's, again, one of the major criticisms of the implementation of the stat. It's a hidden stat. The way you rate your agility is, I believe, you multiply it by 0.75 the amount of levels you have in adaptability and 0.25 the amount of attunement you have. That gets you to your base level. Your base level agility that most people typically have at their playthrough is 85. Which, as you can see in the stats here, 85 agility will give you 6 iframe rolls, 2 iframes for your backstep, whereas if you max out all your stats for, I believe, adaptability and attunement, and you get to 120 max agility, you then get 17 iframes for your roll, 11 for your backstep. If we move here for speed consumption, your base stat, you have 90% speed consumption of like Estus. I don't believe it's as effective with the life gems, but mostly Estus, and hidden blessings, things like that. Once you get to 100 agility, that gets increased by 23%, 120% of your usage speed. So this is a 23% difference of speed, and this is a difference of 10 to 11 frames when it comes to your rolls. And to me, that is honestly huge, because, you know, iframes are everything. It's how you when you're rolling, it's part of the balance of Dark Souls combat, especially with one-on-one encounters, with boss encounters, where they have very wide swinging attacks, very large kind of weaponry that's harder to just move away from. So the fact that there's a stat that dictates how many frame rolls you have, it's pretty crazy. I still think it's stupid, but I still wanted to correct record the fact that adaptability is not the core issue, especially since adaptability itself is basically resistances. It also increases a bit of vigor as well, so it's more like a resistance stat, where they included agility as this new kind of mechanic they were trying to experiment with, and I just don't believe it worked. But there's kind of stats and things there. Hopefully that makes more clarifications, since I did make errors on that. And yeah, there we go. I believe that's most of what I missed. I'm putting on my stream. So let's bring this back up and pop up the game. Now, today we're gonna cover a small segment of DS2. Again, I didn't want to go through the game too long. Oh, let me stop this 1 second. 1 second. Let me filibuster here while I'm getting through this, and fixing all my tabs here. One thing that I did say is that in my past stream, when it came to the the Lost Bastille and Sinner's Rise, there were hidden doors I missed. I didn't go into Strayed and kind of his functionality and his importance in the game. I really did just kind of do a very casual walkthrough, and I missed a lot. And I felt like that isn't right, especially since I'm trying to analyze the game in its entirety. So we are going to be going back to the Lost Bastille, picking up some things I missed. Now that I've actually looked into a few walkthroughs of the game, actually looking into where everything is at. I believe that's very important to get right. So let me stop the music here. Bob, get the game open. Make sure it's on the game. It is. Close. Bam. And there we go. All right, let's get into the game, boys. we'll be continuing on this version of Vanilla Ice. I had a previous one before I was live streaming. But there we go. And yeah, we're just gonna cover through. Let me make sure I also have my doc open so that I have kind of like pinpoints where everything's going, what's happening. All right, here. So, going back into it, we're going to be heading first and foremost to the Lost Bastille. And I believe the first bonfire that we need to get to, let me check here, is going to be post-Ruined Sentinels. Post-Ruined Sentinels, I believe, was... That's Macduff, right here. Now, I might have gotten this one, I don't actually remember, but as I was going through and jotting notes of what I might have missed, this was an area that was a point of contention. So I wanted to make sure that I actually went through this area to make sure I got it right. Now, let me check if it was up this there. I believe it's over here. I remember there is an enemy that blows up right there. So just be careful going through. Because this was the boss room we initially fought, and I believe... And I might have gotten it. Okay, no, I did get this one. That's good. Cool. I just wanted to make sure, double check on that. All right, because there was a hidden door there, which I did get. However, there is a hidden door further on that I did not get. Aside where the bomb boys blow up, that's going to be... I don't know, not tower apart. We'll start from here just in case. But it's kind of where the blow up dudes are. Belfry Luna. I actually don't remember if this is the section specifically, because this is where these little fuckers are. We're gonna drop down. Uh-oh, do I not remember? I literally just mapped this out. I'm looking at my freaking tabs. It's gonna be embarrassing. Let's try to figure out where we're going here. Just wrong way. I'm just smart like that, you know? I'm just smart like that. This leads to the dogs, I believe. Oh, no. This way. Yeah. Okay. There was a closer bonfire, my bad. But this is the section where I wanted to go, where these blow-up boys was. What's funny is I got the first hidden door, but I missed the second one because I was stupid. So again, just be careful with these guys because they blow up. Bam. And then I know there's a few of them in here, but what we're gonna be doing, and what I didn't realize, is that initially this right here was a hidden door. And again, hidden doors work a little bit differently in this one compared to Dark Souls 1 or 3, where oftentimes you have to click on them with the A button, I believe, and there's no really prompt to do so always. So initially there was a hidden door here. I hit this, I went over, I'm like, oh, I can't find it. I believe if you hug the wall on the left here, there it is. My dumb ass just didn't say it initially, but here's a section I completely forgot. Now first you want to head over here. Bop. And that's where you get the bracing knuckle ring. We're gonna check what that does. Well, bam, which slows equipment degradation. This will be good in future areas. There's like kind of this orange liquid stuff that usually degrades your armor and pretty fast. So this can help with areas like that, or enemies that attack with weapon degradation or armor degradation. Now we're gonna try to make this jump. And this is just a torch and flame butterflies. So it's nothing too important. Pretty small area, but at the same time, I still forgot that hidden door, so my bad. The next section we're going to be going to, let's just casually segue here, is we're going to be going to Strayed. Strayed had a bonfire, and I believe, let me just make sure, double check. I believe in our last playthrough, I did get the item necessary to break him out, and my dumbass was like, well, I'm going to save it for someone else. It's meant for him. I don't know why I don't know why, but I believe earlier we got, yeah, the Fragrant Branch of Yore, which will unpetrify him. And I feel like because he's not useful to me personally, I didn't really go into detail as to why he's actually helpful. And I feel like that in itself is an issue because he can be helpful. Try to reach him from here. But again, just to kind of like dismiss Strayed as if like there's no point. I mean, I don't think his bonfire is particularly super useful. You don't really need it. But for different play styles, he does actually sell a ring that I should have talked about as it kind of relates to soul memory. So that's where we're gonna go right now. Uh-oh. My bad. Look at me go. Just messing everything up. Oh god. There we go. These guys are pretty goofy how they just kind of fall on the ground and blow up. But let's just roam around, try to find Strayed. I also failed to fall down there and get that item. I feel like that would be useful. And now the best way to do it from what I saw was just kind of like rolling, bam, like that, perfect. Then we can get bonfire static, which is useful, and then you don't actually have to homeward bone. Sorry, got scared. I believe right here is a safe enough fall where you can just, yeah, you can survive that. So there is that. I mean, I had the cat ring, so I could have just done this, but you know. All right, and then, oh, what ring did I have on this one? There we go. Okay. And then you're in this room. Now, I don't remember, isn't there an invisible wall around here? I forget. Or I think, no, the only way you can use it is if you used a, what are they called? The things you plug into the stone. The, Pharaoh's Lock Stone. I guess we got one of the buddies stuck down there. Anyways, that was that section. Now let's move up. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, that's a good example of something that happens with the backstab fucker. I've explained this previously, but I don't think I've had any footage of it till now. Backstabs. So typically with a backstab, like in 1 and 3, the way it happens is if you're in the right position, it'll immediately take place. But right there was an example of my character believing I was in the position to backstab someone, but instead of immediately going for the backstab, instead what my character ends up doing is he plays out an animation, and that animation needs to kind of like lock into the enemy, and it's kind of like the reverse of, oops, oh, I'm sorry. Like that. It's kind of like the reverse of that, where like you kind of jab your elbow into, or like the hilt of your sword into their back. But if it doesn't connect, the backstab won't take place. You both need to do the animation. And likewise, if you're behind their back, but the game doesn't register you as in a position to backstab them, it won't play out the animation, so you'll just do a regular attack. What that typically does, not often, but rarely, and as you saw there, is I was just trying to do a regular swing, and it thought I was trying to backstab, so it just kind of did a jab, and I missed, and it was like, ah, shit, It is weird. That's how, at least that's from what I see. Maybe mechanically, I'm not explaining that accurately, but that's for what I've seen is like this two-factor authentication where you need to play at the animation, and the animation needs to connect with their back, enable for you to actually get a backstab. Anyways, there was the Fragrant Branch of Yore, so we got our buddy Strayed here. Let's talk to him.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am Strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me.
Something I always wondered about, like, Strayed is the fact that, like, he sounds a lot like Frampt. I need to look up if they're the same voice actor, because I have no idea.
Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Strayed, will teach you my spells.
Now we get a gesture there. And you can actually purchase things from him more than just spells. So like I said, he is mostly a spell guy. He's got some hex magic, pyromancy, miracles, sorcery, the whole 9 yards. And I'm not really one that dabbles with these much. I'm much more, you know, and especially this playthrough, I'm just kind of doing a very basic knight. But he still does have a lot of unique spells, so it is worth saving. You do get this bonfire here, but just keep in mind, every time you reload, those blow-up guys will all still be there. So you kind of just have to be careful with them. Something that I didn't mention, you've got Rogue Water, which restores AP and HP and spell uses. I'm going to buy one since I can afford it. Because once again, this is yet another source of healing, which again, this game just has so many. It's not that the other games don't have like a variety of them. You know, Dark Souls 1 has Humanity, Estus, Elizabeth Mushroom, Hidden Blessings. It's got about 4 or 5, I believe, that are owned specifically for healing. But oh my god, this game, like, there's like 20, I swear, and this is one of them. But this is also more useful, like it says, for spell uses. And you come here, and you've got a Ring of Knowledge, Dragon Quest Ring, and then the Agape Ring. And this is the one I should have talked about that I didn't yell last week's stream. So of course you've got these rings that are more useful towards faith and miracles, but the Agape Ring, and what I kind of failed to talk about here, is the Agape Ring absorbs spells in place of the wearer. What that means is when you wear the Agape Ring, you won't be gaining any souls, which also, as a result, you won't increase your soul memory. This is something that if you're somebody who wants to help people co-op in low-level areas, but then suddenly your soul memory goes too high that you stop seeing people, like in Forest of the Fallen Giants, or they stop seeing you, you can put on this ring so that you aren't accumulating souls, you're not increasing your soul memory. You can also wear it so you can still play through the game if you've got someone that's kind of behind you but you want to co-op together. I believe they put in this ring specifically to try and fix the issue with soul memory, being that it's hard to connect with friends when you're in different stages of the game. It does not fix the issue, it's more so a small band-aid, but it does exist, so I think it is worth bringing up. So that's one thing I failed to bring up.
Do you really think you can manage?
He got very upset there. The fuck, Strayed? Buddy, calm down. But, hold on, we're gonna... Bonfire static, we finally got one. Hooray! I can reset an area. I'll probably talk about that another time. Now, the last thing was Sinner's Rise. Despite being such a small area, I missed something. And again, I feel kind of embarrassed about it, so we're gonna go do there. Of course, this was, I think at this point in the stream, I was pretty out of it, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I need to bring that back up. Whoops. Oh, fuck, did I mess myself up? No, just over here. Just go down this way. But yeah, something that I did fail to bring up is, despite being a small area, that's more so just kind of getting to the Lost Sinner. Sinner's Rise does have a secret door that I completely skipped over. I'm gonna die, bros. Oh god! Sorry, even if I do more research and actually have shit to show, it doesn't mean that I'm good at the game. Here, maybe I should clear these guys. I believe in Scalder, these guys actually aren't here, where you have to immediately fight them. So, you know, point to Scholar. Just clear them first. Take it slow. I really want to get their helmet. That's like the main thing I've wanted. Thanks for listening to me, game. What the fuck? Oh, I have like 3 of them now. Lol. Well, there you go. Now I look like someone who you may consider a happy boy. I am gonna actually equip it with the Sinner's jacket because I do really like this jacket. Or this kind of like little robe thingy. Let's fashion it up. Why don't we? We've got some things to work with here. I like how those look. And then look how big those are. Bop. I've always been a fan of the brigand trousers, so we might... Man, I look like such a bum. What can I say? I love the bum looks in Dark Souls 1, like putting on just like a bag over your head, like any of the Souls games. I love dressing myself up. Like, I'm trying to keep a bit of a knight aesthetic. Again, I am a knight playthrough, but God, I love the bum look. Like, not so much like I don't do like going straight naked and deprived type route that like a lot of like pro Souls PvP people you'll see do. Not necessarily like that. I just love looking like a bum. Like just like kind of like robes, tattered cloth. It's always been like a style I've really liked in Souls, but oh shit. Come on. Oh shit. No, I'm gonna die. I'm so bad. Will we get to it by the end? The world may never know. I guess this will play out the draw time. I may not even have to explore much this week. Let's go for this guy first. There. Then go for this guy. Why am I killing them? It's the bridge is literally up. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye. Anyway, sorry. It's down here. So what I missed last week, and this is the last thing, fortunately, that to my knowledge, because some other things. Eventually, we'll come back to Lost Bastille when we get to Iron Keep. There's a dull ember that will help us with McDuff. To I believe it's fire weapons he does. But anyways, let's just get rid of this fucking thing. Oh, please don't tell me it kills me. I'm gonna be so sad. Because I'm not big on these enemies. Again, I rushed past them last time, but let's just tank this slow. Oh shit! There we go. I believe I'm gonna have to fight one more because it's in here, I believe. Is there like anything I can hit him? I really wish I could wield you. I miss big swords. I'm just not good with the straight sword, bro. I don't know what it like. I mean, I use broadsword a lot, and my most used weapon is a hand axe, but I do like big weapons where I can just two-tap everything and not think. This is embarrassing. We'll get through it, boys. Should also put on a very specific ring here. This one, so that I have some health still. Ring of Binding. Other than that, I guess just to fill some dead air. I haven't been playing a lot of Souls. Obviously, like, I do it for the streams, and it's really fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've been enjoying it. But, the main thing that I've actually been doing, besides the Souls streams, I've been playing a lot of CS2. And in fact, if I'm not in the mood to do the Company of Champions on Wednesday, I'll probably just do like CS2, kind of very chill stream, just hang out if anybody comes down. I love using the Negev. It's the LMG, just pre-firing corners, hitting shit. I haven't played too much comp. I've only done about 2 or 3 games of comp, but I was never really into CS for a while, like for, I guess, a while. I was more the Call of Duty type person. I like when my shots shoot straight and I can run around like a maniac, but I've been kind of enjoying the kind of like the gameplay of of Counter-Strike, and just kind of like the learning the weapon sprays, all about map knowledge. I mean, that's what Halo was always about, was map knowledge, and just kind of like having shooters that kind of have a different style to them. I thought was really interesting, since not many get that. So I kind of wanted to, I guess, I don't know, just kind of branch out. And I started with CS Source, which is an older version of the game. There's like OG Counter-Strike, CS Source, there was CSGO, and now that's turned into CS2. And I definitely do really like, I like Source, but I've been getting a lot into CS2 itself. I played it in the past, then I quit because I got into the gambling, which is not good, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, so that might end up being, I've also been playing Doom 2016. I've been playing through the campaign on that, kind of getting prepared for when Dark Ages comes out. So I've been really looking forward to that. Other than that, the only other game that actually might be taking place of chill streams is when Visions of Mana comes out. I'm a huge Secret of Mana fan. It's one of my favorite games ever made. And so, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Here's the invisible wall, by the way. Also in here, there was the item that I didn't grab. So we'll grab that. Now, it looks like it goes out into an endless area. I will just warn you, although the game doesn't show this, and I feel like this is kind of an issue on the game's visuals, do not go all the way out. You will die. It is just an endless, you're just going to drop straight down. You want to go to the left here, hug the wall, and that'll get you the Northern Ritual Blend and a Bleed Stone. Let's look at what those do. Bleed Stone, if I can find it. Oh, well, obviously bleed. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I haven't seen it yet, but it's to infuse, and it would convert your item to bleed. Duh. That's why it's called a bleed stone. Sorry. I'm trying to, let's just look at things, you know, one at a time. But there it is. It basically, I believe, will infuse with the bleed stone. So there is that. And then the Northern Band, was that the ring? Let's check. There it is. And yeah, that's for spell use. So, there you go. There's something that I missed. We're gonna homeward bound back, because I'm a lazy son of a gun. And before we do the next area, which is going to be Huntsman's Copse, I realized I had some schmooky stones. So why not go and turn those into the birds, as well as, you know, AK souls here. I don't know, I also picked up a soul I think that I could pop. So we'll just do some quick leveling here. And
Bearer of less.
and let's just bring up. I think I kind of have ADP where I need it for the time being. To get to level 68, but we want stamina. I feel like I need to do more stamina because I'm running out of that. Like, I feel like stamina and vigor are going to be what I focus most on, especially since I want to showcase a lot of the boss's movesets. I feel it'd be better if I had the health to do so because I die very fast, you know. Let's get one of you, and then one couple of you. Yes, ma'am. Wrong way. Oh, wait. There's literally a bonfire that's closer. Sorry. 1 second. Travel to this one. Checking a couple things here. All right, there we go. Okay, sorry. Just checking something. Let's move up this way. Oh, we never took out those guys. Let's do that while we're here. Let's not. Let's just hit all the bases of some things I've missed in the past streams. But first... Oh, God. Hold on. Hold on. I need to fix something really quick. There we go. All right. Let's, have I turned off their voices? Let's put these... I don't know if you can... Let's test this, because I've never left all three. So I don't know what happens if you leave 3 of them. Not like that. Okay, so they don't like if you leave 3 of them? Maybe only if you leave 1, or because I gave them a small... Yeah, let's see. We'll find out. Okay. Yep. So it appears that they like when you leave it 1 at a time. Kind of annoying, but I get it. I guess that's the interesting thing. I remember with the birds in DS1, every time you gave them a specific item, you would get a specific thing, but in this one, leaving the stones gets you like random items. In fact, even if you give them a petrified something, that also, it's you get a random weapon or spell or something like that. So that's something I remember. A cracked blue eye ore. What a great, sorry, I should say great item to have. Thank goodness. All right, so we've used those. Also, I do love the amount of healing items we now have. Estus, 45 life gems, 12 radiant gems, 2 old radiant gems, an Elizabeth mushroom, 3 rogue waters, a crimson water, 3 divine blessing. It is, I'm telling you, it is so ridiculous how many healing items. I still don't even have them all, bro. I don't even have them all. Oh, sorry, monastery charm, that also restores HP. Let us, again, I'm lazy, so we're gonna bonfire it back. Let's go to the Huntsman's Copse, everybody. Now we're at an hour here. Depending on how fast I get through this area, there may be a chance that we only do skeleton lords. Just because I do want to make sure I'm much more thorough this time around. But if I'm not, then like if it takes a while, we'll just stop there at Skeleton Lords. If I still have some time, because like I said, Parker's stream's gonna start I believe in 10 minutes or so, if I'm not mistaken, and I want to make sure I at least show up when it, you know, while he's still streaming. I won't catch the beginning, but still want to get there eventually. If I don't get there right away, we'll see. But sorry, not even explaining it. If you missed the last stream, the way you get to the Huntsman's Copse is when you go through Hyde's Tower, you talk to her. Once you get past, I believe, No Man's Wharf, she eventually comes down here. And she allows you the ability to basically change this. She tells you that it's a miracle, but technically she's using a key. It's a contraption that switches. If you keep her alive, it's 2,000 souls to switch it per round. Of course, you really only need to switch it once because you can always teleport back to Hyde's Tower if you need to go back there for any reason. But by paying her, I believe it's a total of 2,000 souls, she switched it. So now we are going to the next section, which is Huntsman's Copse. Something's there. Let's go. It's very tight up on the ramps here. Perfect. Okay. Just making sure I scout everything. The first thing you actually hit when you come up here is a dude in a chair. I believe that he won't really talk to you until you have, I believe, 8 intelligence or attunement, one of those two. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Before I forgot I turned off the audio because I didn't want to listen to the birds. I'll allow that for now.
Leave me alone.
He's got a good voice.
I'm interested in one thing, dog. You haven't the gift.
We can always come back later, and I might level it up just so I can talk to him, but potentially not. I may also kill him eventually, for a reason. So the hood he has on, I could be mistaken, so if I am mistaken, I'll look it up later. I do believe the hood that he currently has, when you fall on the ground, like by getting smacked by a big hit, it actually will do an explosion and gonna do damage to people. I've seen people use it in passive runs. In fact, that's something I really want to do one day, is I want to do a passive run of DS2 where I don't attack at all. I use purely the items that are available in the game. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But yeah, you hit your first bonfire right after passing that guy. He does hexes. Hex magic are something that requires both faith and intelligence. That's about the extent that I really know about them. In fact, I think I only had a couple notes about them. Let me move this down. There we go. Yeah, they require faith and intelligence. Whenever you're doing an offensive attack, you use a stave, and when it's a passive, you use a hex chime. They're both offensive, and it's for self-buffing. So that's pretty much the extent I know about hex magic. It's pretty unique, and like I said, maybe one day I'll do a playthrough explaining it more in detail, but I don't want to speak about it too much because I'm not as well versed as others are. I'm going to use a throwing knife here. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but up here, I don't know if it'll let me lock on. There is a butterfly. Now that earlier spew you saw, that was a butterfly. So we're going to smack him. It only takes one hit. Down he goes. I believe they drop life gems, like radiant life gems or old radiant life gems. They're primarily in this area, but they're not just here. I know there's also invisible ones that you can find throughout the world. And they drop life gems. Unfortunately, killing them all doesn't give you anything, but you can do it, so it is interesting. We are going to start going up here. This section is good to be a little passive because you can see across from there is a bowman, And I believe you can reach him if you run all the way down and up the ladder, but we're not going to be doing that right away. We're going to be going first this way. Or breaking that, you get hit by this dude. Kill him. This puts us, you know, in a free section. And the main reason we don't want to do it is because I actually want to go through here first and get the bonfire. Now, there is a guy, I believe in this corner, that will try to ambush you. And he almost always walks off right after. When I was kind of researching kind of my route I was going to go, he did the same thing on that guy's route, and he did it on mine, so, you know, okay. Sure. Down this ladder, it's going to be our first bonfire. Just go smack that right there. Not that. Whoops. Oh well. Bonfire lit. Ba-blam. And before continuing this section, there's actually some pretty cool stuff here. First, smack this down, and you'll get your shortcut from the stairs up there to here. It's only really useful because of the route we're going to be taking here. Just in case I somehow hit a platform, we're going to be using the... Where is it? I'll cancel this out for the cat ring, just in case. Over here, some crocodile eye orbs. And now you can actually jump across here. I don't always really get this on my first try. But, oh shit, I overshot that. The fuck? Put a little too much effort into that. Maybe tone it down a little. My bad. In fact, because I don't want to be wasting this ring. No, it's fine. We'll keep the slot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we're going to be jumping over there, not just for an item, but there's a secret little section that we can go through. So that's fun. Again, just remember, there's a... Oh, he actually hits that now. That's, hey, good for you. He's gonna go... We don't know where he's gonna go. Oh, brother. Our friend is lost. Well, we're... You know, like, critically, this is like a flaw in the game's its enemy AI, but it's so charming. I'm really coming around to it. I love the fucking enemy AI in this game. This dude is just... He's like, oh, just you wait till I get to you, buddy. Just you wait, I'm gonna find a way. When I get out there, you're gonna be sorry. He's so lost. Oh, buddy. It's okay, you just go up and around. It's not that hard. I'm gonna have to be seeing you later. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Not the whole routes, like maybe right there. That's pretty good. I missed the item, unfortunately. Art. I'll have to jump that again, I'm sure. But from here, there's a section right there to jump to. So, bam, just like that, we get into here. And now you go down here. And you will see, now these do inflict poison, I believe. So whenever you can find the butterfly, which is right up there, you're going to want to take care of them because it's very frustrating to deal with that. So there's one right there, as you can see. Once again, we can just use throwing knives to take care of them. And I believe there's one more, but I don't think he's currently in reach. I think we actually have to fall to get to him. Let's see if we can get that item there. Oh, should I jump there from here? I only live once. Oh, damn it. Now we've dealt with the first of these enemies. These enemies aren't too tough, but in groups, they are scary. So, just be careful. There's just one of those guys, and there's one of these dudes here. I'm gonna kill him real quick. Have his item drop. Poison moss. So obviously from this section, there's only one route to go. Oh, first chest. Chest. Richter's rapier. Yeah. And then, boop. I believe that's a unique rapier, right? Yeah, because he has different stories. I believe you actually see him in Dark Souls 1. You see Nestora Knight with Richter's rapier. And then in 3, he's like this naked dude with a crown, and he's getting summoned by the lady where the Nameless King is at. So then you've got that secret, and then when you go through here, one more item. And this will take us back up to where that archer was originally at. We'll be able to take care of him, all the other enemies in that area. It's a bit of a... I don't know if I'd fully say spam fest, but there's quite a few enemies, so just, you know, take it slow. Do what you can. Start with the archer first, just because he has poison arrows, and that's pretty annoying. One. Oh shit, oh shit. Damn, what a move. They are relatively low health in enemies, so they're not too tough to get. Oh, I actually forget where this takes us. So we're gonna do it. Sorry, I don't know why I was... Whoa! What a jump! I'm gonna try to parry him. I don't know how to parry. I do like his combo. I hear some other dudes freaking out on me right now. So I wonder, where does he... Okay, I guess he jumps from right there. Yeah. Kill. Did not remember that, I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't believe I can go back up there, so we'll drop back down in this section. And I did still want that item down there, so we're gonna go anyways. And it also doesn't matter, I won't have to go back all the way around and do everything because what's the word? The shortcut is opened up, so we'll be good there. Bandit's knife, bam. Just grabbing all the items here. And then this is where we came from. So yeah, sorry, I just wanted to get those first. When you go up here, now I remember. Going up here, we won't have to go all the way through the other two enemies, even though I killed one of them. Just because of the fact that that's down there. So if you drop from this section, and I recommend cat ring just to minimize taking damage, you can just go back through here. Yeah, there is an item there. You know, let's try to get it. Why not? Before we human up and go to the next section of the game. I do really want to get it. I'm just not good at parkour, and I will say that's just one thing about DS2 I don't really understand is all the jumps, just because its movement is it's some of the jankiest movement in the game. So I'm not really sure, but oh fuck, dude. I'll just kill myself here. Or do I? No, I have homeward bounds to spare. Just keep hitting that. Now that is one thing about Homeward Bones, because they reload the area, they will bring, oh shit. Because they reload the area, they will bring back in the enemies that were previously killed, but you won't have reset like your Estus or anything if you've used any, so just keep that in mind whenever you use a Homeward Bone. Not quite the angle. I think I got the where I need to be down, but like the distance. That was good on distance, but not quite the angle. So like I'm pretty sure like I've died like 8 times today, and 5 of them have just been jumps. Let's just let him fall down like he usually does. Oh, he learned. Look at you, buddy. You're getting there. Okay. So that's what I want to hit. Dude! Ah, it's so frustrating. I just really want to hit it. I just want to get the forking item. I can, you know what? I can drop down from the bridge, I'm pretty sure, when heading to the chariots. Let's check. I just look up. Potentially. No, we're doing it. We're not giving up. We're not giving it up. Not after all the jumps I've done. I'm hitting it, alright? Yeah, damn it. It's possible. Maybe. I don't even know. Alright. Hold on. What if I hit it from this? Oh, you know what? This angle. Not quite. Well... we'll try it another time. I'm just killing myself at this point for no fucking reason. Just wanted to get that item. Dagnabbit. Since I've died so many times, let's see what the character looks like. Oh yeah. Oh, nice loss of hair. Oh, look at all that decaying on the body. Beautiful, beautiful. Love to see it, love to see it. Before we go through this area, I kind of wanted to invade to see if my soul memory's in a decent section for this area. The first time I ever invaded in DS2 was in this area, so I guess for old time's sake, I just kind of wanted to do it and see how I do. Then I can kind of explain what I do know about invasions, which isn't too much in DS2. I know that as the invader, the only way you can heal is through miracles. You can't actually... oh, shoot. Oh, can I... No, it's because of the... I can't invade because of the covenant I'm in. Silly boy, I'm in British Hours. Well, let's fix that first. Which is why we'll go to Shalquar, we'll remove it. I believe it's right after you kill the chariots, you can join the pilgrims, so I did that and I started invading. I wasn't good at it, but, you know, it was a thing. Sorry, not you. Also, let me check Mullen as well, the armor, since he's really egotistical. I believe you have to have at least 1 soul, but if you have a single soul when talking to Mullen, he gives you an armor set that's like invisible, but it's like it looks like a boss armor set.
You have that glint in your eyes. And the scent of one with quite the catalogue of sins.
What did I do?
Oh, don't feel bad. I'm sure your mother's still proud.
Apparently I did something sinful. I haven't done anything yet that's sinful. I thought you only said that shit when you killed somebody. Maybe it's just because I've died a lot.
Satisfied? I'll be around if you ever come back.
I do really like her. Let's see what Mullen will say at 0 souls.
You need armor? Got in a spot of bother, are we?
Yep, here we go.
Here, take this. My compliments. Oh, are you sure?
I actually don't know if he has anything new, so I just wanted to check. No, beyond the center, all the same. Okay, bye-bye. Anyways, the armor he gives, by the way, is really funny, it's like this ghost armor. So you're completely like, you can see yourself while you're wearing it. It's very interesting. In fact, we should read the Helm of the Desert, Land of Jugo, first worn by Aurora's land. According to legend, this armor of Aurora's is composed by a mysterious substance that can't be seen by cowards. I see. It also does raise your equipment load. That's cool. Or at least this helm does. What did this one do? Okay, I think that's the effect of the whole set. That's cool, but I do like that subtle jab. Oh, you can't see it? Oh yeah, no, it said that cowards can't see the armor. Wow, what a fucking jab. What an absolute fucking jab. I actually like the rogue leggings. We're gonna stick with that. I like this look. And I'm all for like a bum knight. Like I love having a knight helmet and then just looking like a total fucking bum. Let's go to the bridge approach here. And then I'm gonna use a human effigy just so I have my health back, and we'll go through like I said, I'm gonna try to invade. If I'm allowed. There we go. We're going to attempt to invade another world. Now, oh, here we go. Look at that. I'm ready. I'm definitely gonna lose. I'm like level 68 now already. But here's invasion. So like I said, you cannot use any healing. So this is pretty useless. We can use bombs, so I'll probably use that. And that, and... I'm not sure what else is actually possible. Like, can I use even like, let's see, I know the life gens, can I use like this? I just want to check. No, okay, yeah, so I'm pretty sure any healing isn't allowed. But as our first invasion, we're just gonna try and find this guy and do what we can. Typically, I feel like because this is an old game, oftentimes you invade someone who's AFK. I hope this isn't the case, but we're gonna go check. No, we're good here. Oh, there he is. You are my first invasion on stream, buddy. He has a very big shield. That was pathetic. Oh boy. Ow. Uh-oh, remember, I can't heal. Oh shit! He does damage. Oh, but so do I. Roll catch. I actually got him. I'm not the best at DS2 combat particularly. DS3 I did a lot of invasions, a lot of multiplayer PvP component. I was huge into it on Dark Souls 3. Had a lot of different builds. Not so much here. What did I get for that? I totally just was not paying attention. My bad. Lol. Token of Spite. Yeah, I know you can turn those in, I believe, to the pilgrims. But it's proof that you've defeated another enemy. So there we go. I'm not doing like an optimal build, so actually seeing that I'm doing a decent amount of damage is pretty cool. Let's just go to the next section. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So moving forward here, this is the area of the Huntsman's Copse. we're gonna cover kind of just like the basics. It's pretty simple area to get through. It's pretty small. In fact, that's why I feel like we could get to the Champion's Chariot if I go through this in one go. I think it's possible. We'll see. But we're just gonna get rid of these enemies first. Oh, there you go. These guys are very nimble on their feet, and they have those 3-hit combos. I do like how they're animated, especially since there are a lot of animations with enemies that are kind of unfinished in this game, oftentimes, I feel. Here's a big boy. Now, he comes up, I believe. Here. Hold on, let's see. He's got wide sweeping attacks. I want him to do that charge again. It's like a big issue. Oh shit! Gravity, goddammit! I think I've stated this before, but I feel like an issue, especially with a lot of the bigger enemies in DS2, is it feels like their basic attacks get baited out a lot. They don't have a lot of varieties in their movesets. I don't want to look ugly. There we go. Look at that. Look at those muscles. Oh, look at those beautiful muscles on my boy. There's the guy I invaded earlier. Alright. Let's go through here once again. Pick these up. Freaking gravity. I was trying to show the moveset. Well, maybe I should kill these guys first. Can I show yours? Just do what you can do. Probably remember that from Dark Souls 1. Like I said, it's... I am. And then... I don't know if I would have considered that backstab, but I'll take it. That's what I was going for. Let's get this boy. If you hit him from the back, he kind of does that arch throw. Now, once again, those same butterflies we saw earlier, be careful, they're here too. Pretty basic moveset, he's not really hard to deal with at all. Now, there's the butterfly. Again, just use throwing knives when locked on, it does the trick. They'll usually give you the poison to heal if they did happen to poison you. First, let's just go through this section here. Going down this way, there'll be a few enemies that we will kind of encroach on. There we go. Another big enemy. Oh shit. Thank God. I can't kill him fast. Like, a part of me kind of wants to show, like, their attacks and not kill them right away just because I have, like, a pretty decent weapon, but it's very difficult when they kind of do the same attacks every time. Oftentimes, if he sees you at a distance, he does his opening move, which is staking his sickles into the ground. After that, it's just side sweeps. Sometimes he does one side sweep, sometimes he does two side sweeps, but... Oh, there you go. There's the animation that tells you he's going to pin his things to the ground. Does give an opening there. But for a big enemy, he is not difficult, nor too intense. Hole right here. Come in. Give you the Morning Star. And some souls. I don't really need the cat's ring, nor this, so we'll actually switch back to I had going, which was, I think, Ring of Blades and the Silver cut service ring +1. So I can just get those early souls in easy. Let's go up here. Oh, there's a boy. These enemies do blend into the environment, so I may have to go through and like kind of look at their enemy placements on a map to see. I do feel like for Huntsman Copse, at least for vanilla, because I have played this once before in this version of the game, I do feel like in a lot of ways it is fairly balanced, the way a lot of the enemies are spaced out. I do think this is kind of one of the better areas, not one of the better bosses as we're gonna see, but for an area I'd say it's pretty good. Obviously it doesn't look amazing, there's not a lot of, I do like some of the secrets and kind of the looping back around that we saw earlier. Dropping down here we get Soul Spear, which is a pretty cool miracle, and it'll loop us back up and down. I don't think there's too much spam as far as enemy placements that I've seen. There's an invader that comes up. Again, we may not go up there, which is where the champion is at. It is a poison area, but I do feel like the game gives you the resources to handle it, manage it. It's not too bullshitty. For a poison area, it's actually pretty competent. I will say sometimes it feels a little empty in terms of the woods, because the enemies are spaced out and you might loop around kind of the same way I've been doing. The enemies aren't too tough, but when their attacks are able to be dished out, they can be pretty damaging depending on like your healing level. I believe that we need a lever. I don't remember if it's right here or if it's like hidden. Oh my goodness, I forget where the lever's at. I literally just walked through here. I believe the first time I played I was confused about this too. We may have to approach, let's see here, where's that damned lever? Or is Grandpa blind and he already ran past it? We'll find out. Let's walk around here. Oh yeah, Grandpa's just blind. Oh, I see. Looking at his face model is actually, hold on, can I? You look pretty fucking goofy. You know what, why not? Let's let him let's let the man cook. He's very similar to the Sellswordsman class. They do the dual wielding, so it's cool to see them have basically their weapon stance and their unique kind of attacks by that. Now, can I weapon stance with my weapons? We'll find out. I don't know because I haven't really checked since I've been leveling. I'm gonna assume no because I think it requires more of a level of dex usually. And you need like a similar weapon type, but let's try like, I don't know if these are close enough to the same. No, I think one may not be considered. If I use 2 long swords. No, I believe I don't have the level requirements, unfortunately. Wouldn't be fun to go through. In fact, actually, could I could pop some souls? No, I mean, I'm just... Sorry, dropped the bridge. Yeah, let's pop some souls. Nah, I'm fine. I thought it might be cool if like I go into it with the... Oh man, all these weapons now, I don't remember which one was mine. There it is. Pop, and... I wish I had a plank shield right now. That'd be so cool. This works though. But since you see all the dual wielders and like the sellsword type guys, it would be interesting. And I thought, you know, maybe going through it, looking kind of like with their similar style, and then kind of getting to show power stancing. But I want to look into it a little bit more. As you can see, there is a bonfire here and an NPC, but we don't have the key yet. We're gonna have to go further into the game to grab that. I believe this is the initial route we want to go, is over here. So let's do it. Again, I may be wrong. I believe this is the section. It's going to be a little tight, and I do... If I'm not mistaken, there's people that drop down every now and then. We've got an archer there. I believe it wants you to rush, but I do think some guys are going to drop. Oh, shit. Okay, let's find out. Maybe not. Maybe it's in Scholar, or maybe I'm hallucinating, but I did feel like some of them would come up from certain spots. We will see. Let's go up here. Let's just explore. No, this guy. I guess he's gonna kill himself. Unfortunate. I wanted the item. Sorry, I feel like once I hit that bonfire, I'll go through this area again and probably try to kind of more analyze the enemy placement, and because again, that's mainly what I'm focused on, is enemy placements, how they work. I don't just want to kind of like go through it mindlessly, because like I said, overall from what I remember and what I play, I believe that these sections are pretty well balanced in terms of like enemy placement. Like they're pretty spaced out. You don't deal with too much spam in any given area. Got some rogue armor. Skeletons. Now I believe in this section the skeletons might respawn, and there's actually a sorcerer that you have to kill. There's also these curse pots that inflict curse. There he is. Once you kill him, the skeletons will not come back. They will actually stay dead. That is a curse pot. I believe if you stay looking at it too long, it will kill you. So you just want to be careful and not get cursed. Actually, I believe... Does curse immediately kill? No, I don't believe it's the same as like the basilisk. I believe it will hollow you, like you'll lose like more health bar the more the curse stacks. Now we need to pull a lever here, right? I believe to open that's a shortcut that we need to pull a lever towards. So this was more just clearing the enemies out and killing the sorcerer so that the enemies wouldn't respawn. I believe we go back this section. There's an item, but again, just be careful because of the curse buildup. Oh yeah, I'm almost dying to it. Yeah, okay, that's back from the beginning. I didn't notice him. Alright, and let's go through here. I do believe there's an invader that's going to be coming up as we head close to the boss. We also won't immediately go to the boss because I want to get the bonfire closer. Okay, 2 cell swords. Slightly different colors. I wonder if the different colored sellsword people... Oh. Whoa. Nice overswing, buddy. Okay, that key right there is how we're going to be opening the door to Creighton's cage where the bonfire is at. Are those the body? Does that mean if I kill the... I'm gonna test something later on. Let's just get through the area for... I don't know if you saw that. It seemed like the enemies fell down and they were ones I killed when I went up. I'm wondering it's because they're supposed... That's probably what I meant by they're supposed to jump and ambush you, but if you kill them, I wonder... And there you go, just like that, spamming heavy attacks, going back and forth. It does the trick. It can hit quite hard. I don't remember if this same NPC actually used hex magic. With the invasions, I'm not going to be too dig on. Oh, let's explore their move sets. It's not that's not as much of a priority for me as the actual enemies. So right here is the Skeleton Lord room. However, as you could tell, like from where we started our previous bonfire to here, that is quite the run back. So instead of having to do that, potentially dying and going all the way around, we're going to get some shortcuts and a closer bonfire. So first you got to go to this section. As you can see, the sorcerer is way over there. So the best thing I recommend is jump in. Oh, fuck. Fuck! You do have to jump to get to them. I messed up. Gravity will always be my greatest weakness. And wow, look at how far we are. Oh boy. This'll be fine. It's alright. We're not too far. We can make it back just fine. We're just getting more souls, that's all. Oh yeah, also the poison boys will respawn, which is a little annoying, but as long as you know where they're at, they're easy to take care of, and they always drop the poison moss, so you can stack up on those in the meantime, which is nice. I don't really know how far this guy will actually follow me, so let's just kind of go up here and... Oh. I guess these guys are grouped together, because once I attacked him, these guys were soon to take note. There's actually something, so I was watching a YouTuber from SoftServe. He does kind of like modding for Dark Souls, a lot for Dark Souls 2. He's a huge fan of DS2. And he was doing, I think it's called a Bear of the Curse, which is specifically a mod where he is just kind of changing a lot of things, removing ADP, making a set iframe, or removing agility, making a set iframe, and making basically ADP not a stat. And something he made me realize is a lot of like enemies have huge delays in their attacks. Like as much as I like the Pursuer, there's a lot of delays between the attacks, and so he kind of removes the delay to make the fight flow a lot more. You only get 1 or 2 hits in, and then you got to go back to dodging. And I feel like that's what makes a lot of these enemies. I was talking, motherfucker. For a second, I thought I accidentally hit Creighton and he was gonna attack me. I was like, oh shit. But no, anyways, yeah, maybe I'll showcase that video in a future stream and bring it up. That'd be cool. But first, let's talk to our boy.
I thought you were that bastard for a moment. You've set me free. Now I can find him. The cheeky prick. He won't know what hit him. I am Creighton of Mirror. I travel from land to land to hone my blade. I've heard this land was full of danger. I thought it would suit me perfectly. I joined forces with a man on the way, but he was no more than a backstabbing knave. He took the first chance he had to try and off me. I decided to set a trap for him here. But then I got trapped myself. I can't believe that I was so dense. Thank the stars that you came along. You be careful of him. Pate, I think he said. There's this rather unusual ring. You'll know it when you see it. As type before, he kills entirely for the pleasure of it. I'm sure I won't be his last victim. The man's better off dead. I tell ya. He's a slick talker, so don't let him fool ya. Pate, the man with a strange ring. Watch out for the slimy rat. And don't you believe a word he says. I'll find a common footpad and put end to his roguery.
Fist pump.
Pate.
There we go. So there's Creighton. So I really like Pate and Creighton, and I think they are probably the strongest in terms of an NPC questline or interaction. I've mentioned before, they're kind of like the Patch's counterpart, but if split in two with basically a issues between each other. And what I like about what they do when they kind of like fight each other or they have this issue is that I mean, both of them, to be fair, are malicious assholes no matter what. Pate, he's just more charismatic about it. Creighton, he's not as hidden. You could see he was kind of, like he said, dense. I love that these are NPCs that interact with each other. You don't see that a lot in the quest design of Dark Souls, any of them really, and so this felt like they were taking a step forward with that. It's really unfortunate that future games didn't have as much interconnectivity with specific characters and interactions with them. I really wish they did, but they don't. Anyways, what I'm going to be doing here, first we will be getting that shortcut. We had to go all the way around again. But I wanted to test something. Just heal up here. So as I said before, with those ragdoll guys, that's really what I want to check, because you know I went up there and I killed them, but what if I didn't go up there and kill them? This is where they jump down, right? Or do they jump down? I don't know. It was really weird how that played out. First you have these guys, they're gonna come for me next. Guess he's trying to hit me through the wall. We continue. Did they jump at all? Was I hallucinating? No, see, yeah, he's right there. There we go, and then he dropped. Doesn't seem the other guys care. It looked like they fell earlier. I'm gonna have to check the footage. Let's go back. Hold on. I wanna grab something and test something, because that maybe it was just random. I don't know if this is like a bug, if it's consistent. Excuse me. Now we're gonna test that. Oh man, only try. I don't think we're gonna get to the Champion's Chariot tonight. I do believe after Skeleton Lords we'll call it. I wonder how you get that. He runs away so fast. Because I swear to God, their bodies fell when I was going, like when I was running. And it was very goofy to me. Was there any items that I missed around here? Like I saw one, but down there maybe? Oh yes. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I fucking saw you reanimate. I guess it's them, you know what, because I killed them and then I left the area and then I came back, I think it was the corpses like reloading and it made them fall. I don't think that was like a consistent, but I think that's just something with the game when like you go a certain distance, they like despawn and then like they kind of like re-ragdoll or something like that. I don't know what the proper term would be. Anyways, let's go get that shortcut. Now, do I kill the witch? Man, I don't know, man. Or the necromancer? I feel like it'd be really tough to do so. Go in here and get this. I do like the designs of the skeletons. Of course, they are not going to stay dead, which is why we're not getting any souls. let's get rid of them first. And we have to jump to them. Should I, you know, wow, they're all dead. Let's get the shortcut first. Just in case I die. But, you know, I want to attempt this at least. But there we go. Shortcut got 11k souls. Like, for whatever reason, these guys aren't reanimating. Was I lying? Do they stay dead? No, no, no. There we go. That's him resurrecting them. And there's me dying. It's pretty frustrating to get to him just because the distance and the projectiles. I wonder if he has a similar AI to archers where and people who throw bombs, like projectile throwers, where when the closer you get to them, the faster, like they'll end up, typically they have like, you know, like they'll shoot 1, 2, 3, then they'll shoot 1, 2, 3, then they'll shoot, like kind of like that type of pattern, so to speak. So I wonder if they have a pattern similar to that, or if there is no pattern. Like I'm curious, I guess. I don't know if they have that pattern or not, so I kind of want to test it, to see if maybe when you jump over, the AI immediately it'll shoot the projectile fast. Hopefully I explained that right. I think I showed it in the Force of the Fallen Giants. The first guy that throws a bomb, he'll throw them relatively around the same amount of times. Like he has like kind of like a rotation, but the second you come over to him, if you try to time it, he'll actually like run into you way faster. Like he'll come super fast. It's really intriguing to me. So let's see it. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's his. I believe you can come in here. This is the best part to do it, is when he's resurrecting. So I guess that's your opening, because otherwise, you know, I guess I didn't confirm it, so I don't want to just say it's like that, but I feel like it would make sense if. So I love the crown on this skeleton. It's really cool. I might retest that later. Oh, he can shoot you from over there. I see. So we're not going through that area. You could be affected negatively. It's another life gem, because why not? We got a lot of them. And yeah, now like you can see, this is a far closer approach to get to the boss. I wonder if there's anything else I want to try before going into this. I don't think there's anything else. I'm pretty sure I showed pretty much everything up to this point. Does he see me? I guess the archer can stay aggroed from this distance. He doesn't lose interest. Like, huh. No, he doesn't. He's dedicated. That's interesting. Okay. Long run. Well, let's do it. Why not? We got 5 S's to spare. Do I have all the... Yeah. Cool. Skeleton Lords. Here's the first boss that is not a boss. So you start off in a room, and you've got these big boys here. Run immediately to them. As you can see, they have their own health bar, but on top of that, you got 3 pretty big guys. They shoot... No, let them play out. And what you'll start to realize is smaller skeletons start coming up, and they're part of the boss health bar. This is essentially a gank boss room. Obviously the skeleton lords themselves, I would assume, is the big boys. They are the more, I'd say they probably hit heavier. Like they're the more advanced or elite enemy types. As you can see, I think, did they attack their own guy? Let me see if we can get that to happen again. their swings don't hit each other, but it felt like that. Yeah, their swings don't hit each other, but what about that magic? Maybe that projectile itself it didn't, but the explosion one. I'm curious. Oh shit. So they'll try to do that flame whip. They'll do that stab into the ground. See, they don't have a lot of health neither. They have a similar, the individual skeletons have a similar health bar to the kind of the big guy, the big sickle guys outside. You can kill them about 4 hits. Every time you kill one, a new host of skeletons pops up. So you may not want to kill them in succession if you're having a hard time with like the quantity of enemies, since I believe that's the only potential challenge you're even gonna face. It's best because again they themselves they're not that strong. Sometimes it's just best to go through the smaller enemies. I feel like that was probably the intended way that they wanted the fight to go down anyways. So we've got our final skeleton lord here. I want to check, can you backstab them? Yes, you can. It is okay. Okay. And that does bring in a bone wheel skeleton, which I don't want to deal with. Oh, it brings in quite a few. Now I don't know how much damage they do. If they're similar to the bone wheels in one, so let's see. They do not stack their damage when they hit you. Oh, never mind. There was one. For whatever reason, it wasn't earlier. See, it seems like he stops when he hits you the first time. Interesting. So they don't seem to be as devastating, but maybe if I wasn't staring directly at him, I'm not too sure about that. But that is a boss. The Skeleton's Lord's boss. It's something. Now we can go through here. And here you hit a lever, which lets down the next bridge. It's pretty slow, so you kind of have to wait for it. Alright. And I think we'll hit the next bonfire from there. I'll do some leveling and some stuff offline, but I don't think it's really necessary to see any of that. Nothing new has really changed in the game. From what I remember, Creighton does not go to Majula like a majority of the other ones. This section is going to lead us, I believe, into Harvest Valley, which we may cover next. But until then, that should be the end of the stream. Like I said, I wanted to cut this short. We're almost nearing at 4, and I do see that Parker is streaming. I know there's only 2 viewers here, but still, I wanted to send you guys over to him. He's been on all the streams except I think this one, and he couldn't stay too long for the past one. But he's a really cool guy. He made a really good Dark Souls 2 video. I'll be covering it eventually when I make my own video. So yeah, if you did join the stream, thank you for coming. Hopefully this was a lot more prepared and brought together. Let me find Parker's channel, and I don't know exactly how to host or how to send people, so we're gonna go to his channel and see if I can do that. Because I want to send you guys to him. So let's he's currently playing Hollow Knight right now. He's a nice guy. Be sure to say hi if you're here. Let me see if I can... What can I do here? Let me look it up.
Apologies for the sound. Focusing on.
Sorry, that's him talking right now. Let me mute that. How to host stream YouTube. How do we
Howdy,
redirect?
howdy, everyone.
Oh god, oh god. Okay, so when you end the stream, okay, gotcha. Let's try this. Let's try doing this and go in here. That's clipping. I don't need to clip anything. Oh, brother, how do I do this? First, let me send the link, so go there if you haven't already. And is it when I end stream? Let's see here. Okay, so when I'm on it, how do I gotta edit. Okay, got you. Edit, customization. This is not showing me what the fart. Hold on, this. Hold on. He's got way more stuff on his screen than I do. Redirect. There's a redirect in custom. I don't have that. Maybe it's in a different section now, or maybe. Close that, and who knows? I don't know how. It's literally no one's here anyways. Everyone left anyways. But bye. Thanks for this. Thanks for coming. If you did, take care. Maybe next time I'll learn how to host a stream. All right, bye bye.